Hello there. As we approach the formal time of the 1st of February, when the EU and the UK can start real post-Brexit Day trade talks, we'll probably see a few kites being flown and indications of initial horse trading to gauge what the other side feels over certain issues. Like the UK fishing industry, for example. Firstly, as ever, please kick that YouTube algorithm up the backside by giving this video a like. Now, there will usually be a period before any formal negotiations start when both sides will be looking to try and suss the other side out, find out what buttons are available for pressing, and to even psych the opposition out a bit. And the reason for that is that you want to go in with as low a cost proposition as possible for your own side, because overbidding at the start would be counterproductive. Or you might want to lead the other side into thinking that if they gave a little immediately, then you'd give a little later, which would probably never happen in reality. And another benefit is that in an international arena with a well-flown kite, you can mobilise vested interests in the other party's country to your own benefit. And one such event appears to be happening right now. It seems that the Irish Republic EU Commissioner, Phil Hogan, has let it be known that the EU will allow the City of London to have access to the EU financial markets as long as we allow EU fishing vessels to have access to UK waters post-Brexit. And as he is the commissioner running the department charged with negotiating the trade deal, then we should take a bit of notice. Talking to the Irish Independent on this issue, Mr. Hogan said, "There certainly will be trade-offs, particularly at the end of the negotiations. The EU will be seeking concessions on fishery access, and the UK will very probably be seeking concessions on financial services. Now, with a small and decimated UK fishing industry after years of EU control and a strong UK financial services sector, you can see how tempting it would be for a UK government to buckle rather easily to that one. Especially as ministers are far more likely to have dinner engagements, social gatherings at the opera and business meetings with rich bankers than they are to spend a day out on a trawler talking to fisherfolk. Then factor in the relative sizes of those industries, and you might well be suspicious that another fishing industry sellout to the EU is on its way, if not already quietly agreed behind closed doors. And there are quite a few EU 27 nations that are hammering on the door to maintain their current access to the UK exclusive economic zone, such as Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Spain and Sweden. But there's something to also remember. Those countries would get the fishing rights and also be getting unfettered access to the city. And don't try and tell me that the EU 27 doesn't want and need continued easy access to the world's foremost financial centre at the moment. Now, the current plan seems to be for the city to operate in the EU going forward under something known as equivalence. But that equivalence can be withdrawn at very short notice by the EU, just as they did with Switzerland for not towing the EU line recently with a new treaty. Although I've seen no direct news that this has trashed the Swiss economy, I'm sure it would be all over the Remain press if it had done. And the Prime Minister of Croatia, the EU state that currently holds the bloc's 6-month rotating presidency, said that the threat of the removal of banking equivalence, as well as a cod war, could be used as leverage against the UK in these upcoming negotiations. So offering to keep fishing and banking just about as is sounds an easy and tempting offer to accept for both sides. Well, for the politicians, UK bankers and EU fishermen, that is. But for Brexiteers, probably not, and for the UK fishing industry and coastal communities, definitely not. Because the fishing issue really is the litmus test of Brexit. It was a Brexiteer central plank, and many people would be very puzzled, to say the least, if we ended up throwing our fishing industry back to the EU sharks again. Boris Johnson must tread very carefully with this one. Any hint of weakening to EU demands over our fishing waters would not go down well at all here domestically. It would also be a massive display of weakness as we gear up to enter talks for those other deals around the world that the UK needs to get negotiating on. We must stay firm on fishing. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, then why not buy a mug with my mug on it? Anyway, what do you think about our fishing industry? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.